vehicle just to provide us protection in the event the suspect's armed with a firearm, rifle, any kind of explosives, which we've seen in towns small and big across the United States. So just a way to protect us. It's got 6 SWAT personnel on it. Bethany Worcester, Beth Wave. She's a SWAT operator. She's going to be working out of the turret today, working the less lethal, the 40mm impact munition. Think about getting hit in the back with a baseball going about 90 miles an hour. It's kind of what the exact impact feels like. What we're going to simulate here is on my right, you see a car and a door, and then Mr. Bad Guy. Wave, Mr. Bad Guy. Okay, cool, he's down there. He's done some kind of felony violent crime that's required the attention of the SWAT team. So down here at the door, we're going to simulate a door breach for you guys, and so we're going to use explosives. Once they come up and they set a charge, I will give you guys a warning. When I give you guys the warning, what I need you to do is make sure that you got some fingers in your ears. If you've got little ones, make sure they got fingers in their ears. It'll be an explosion. Don't worry, you guys are safe over there. We did the math for this thing. 3 of us checked the math. For 2 people, it worked out. So I think we're going to be okay. So they're going to come in here. They're going to set the explosive charge on the door. You're going to hear a cadence or a count. Once that happens, the charge will go off to open the door. Our bad guy will present himself. Normally this will happen inside of a house, but if it happens inside of a house, y'all can see it. So our suspect here will present himself armed with a knife. We will use a 40mm less lethal impact round to incapacitate him in conjunction with using a canine to immobilize him, take him into custody.
That's very quiet.
Come on, we have some.
So the first 3 guys out of the Bearcat are Sergeant Chris Rivera, Deputy Daniel Loyola, Deputy Derek Kepler, who's also a canine handler. You see canine Officer Cash and Deputy Tripp and Deputy Viglietta. They're forming up the entry team. They're going to go up and set the explosive charge on the door. The type of explosive they're using is called PETN or PETN. It's a very small amount of explosive. Our breachers are trained to use the least amount of explosive possible to effect a positive breach. We use a lot of math calculations to take into account door composition, the weight of the explosive, what's around the door, just to use barely the amount of explosive needed to effect a positive breach. They're using an adhesive paste to stick it to the door. This cord that's coming out is called nonel. Nonel is what's going to initiate the charge with a shotgun primer, which is going to send a small ball of fire down the orange tube into the explosive and set off the main explosive for the what's called a high order charge. All right, now's the time I'll warn you. If you got fingers, go and stick them in your ears. If you don't have enough fingers, borrow a buddy. Have him stick his fingers in your ears.
Get back and breathe! 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on, boy.
So we deployed our 40mm onto the suspect. The canine has apprehended the suspect. We use a dual technique in case one of them doesn't work. So we have the effectiveness of the canine. Deputy Tripp here is doing what we call fishing. So instead of going up to where the bad guy or the suspect controls the environment, where there may be weapons or additional suspects, we bring the suspect out to an area that we know is safe and that we can control to bring him into custody. While it does look somewhat barbaric, this is less lethal force. There's a way to get somebody into custody, a violent offender, without using deadly force. And that is the goal, is to get him into custody without using deadly force. All right, can I get a round of applause for our SWAT guys and Canine Cash?